Hello everyone, welcome to D4Drupal channel. Today we are going to see about how to create custom field type plugin in your custom module. Okay, so this plugin will add a new field type to your structure fields. So the plugin name is field type. So when you go to structure, content type, article, manage fields. So when you add a field, here you can see it contains lot of field type, right? So here we are going to create new field type now. So before that, what is plugin? So plugin is helping us to create or extend the existing behavior of Drupal. So which means you can see these are the list of field types available, right? By extending this feature, you can create your own new field type. Okay, so it will give like as like hook, form alter, or any hooks. It is providing a way to alter your data, right? So the same way it is adding some features to the existing. Okay, so that's it. Next, let's go to the module and create. So custom module. I already created one custom module and I have only info file in that. So you have to create a file under this path src plugin field slash field type. This is the path to create a field type plugin. So whenever you create any plugin, it should be under src plugin. Okay. So when it comes to blocks, you will be creating a block under this folder. So based on the plugin type, you have to create a folder structure. Okay. So let's create a folder called src and plugin. Plugin P should be caps. And next field F is caps. And next is field type. And here I'm going to create a new field type. It's custom field type dot php. So that's it. Now we created a file. Let's open the php tab. PHP and use namespace. Sorry, it's namespace Drupal slash custom field type slash it's under plugin field type. And next you have to add some sort of namespace. So I am going to add only one namespace here. So I already listed all those namespace here. So these are the namespace we are going to use in this field type file. So let me copy this alone. It's a field item base and class. It's custom field type. Extends this field item base. Okay, open close. Next, you have to create an annotation in this file to implement the plugin feature. So it's define your custom field type. Define the you can say like that. Define the custom field type. Okay, this is the field type I'm going to create now. Custom field type. So next, you have to mention the plugin name, the class name. It's actually class name in code. Field type. Okay, and open. Whenever you create any plugin, you have to mention with annotation. So that will be at with that name. Next, you have to mention some unique ID for it. ID equal to custom underscore field type. It's not mandatory to keep the module name. You can give whatever name you want. I just using the module name here. So at translation. So translation will translate your label for multilingual website. So it's custom field type. Okay. And next, you have to give some description for it. So it's description. You can give at translation. Open. D is C for custom field type. And next you have to mention the category. So what is category means when you add a field, you can see there is a group of fields for general, group of fields for commerce, and group of fields for address, right? So you can create that by using category. So I'm going to mention category as text. So my our field will be comes under the text. Okay. If you want, you can create your own new. And that's it. We successfully created a annotation. And next, what you have to do, you have to create a new one function called schema. So it's public function. It's public static function. Static function schema. So schema contain argument called field definition. So for field definition, you have to include this namespace. So I'm including the field definition namespace. Copy, paste, dollar field definition. Okay, and open close. So what is schema will do? So schema is going to create a table in your database. So we have to mention what type of field it is, and if there is any extra attribute, if it has, you have to mention all those. Okay. So return column. So it's a column, right? In DB. So value, you have to mention the type here, type. So I'm going to create a varchar in database, varchar, and I'm going to add one more attribute called length. So length means the length of the varchar. So let's give 255, and that's it. So now we successfully created the schema function. So next the function is field storage. So here we mentioned the length of the field, right? So instead of giving 255 statically here, I want to make it configurable so that whenever the developer or site builder or themer, whoever creating a field, they can select how much width they want, how much length of the text they want. Okay, so that is also we can do by storage settings form. So whatever the changes you are doing in the field, like when it comes to length, so length is gonna affect in the database, right? So in that case, you have to create those configuration in the storage settings form function. Okay, so whenever you are doing anything on node add page or edit page, in those case you have to use another function called default settings form. So we are going to see both in this video. So let's first create a storage settings form. So we have to add inherit doc. I didn't add for before inherit doc. Okay, this function you can add it in this too. These are all existing function in the base class. And next function, it's a default storage setting. Actually, the function name is storage setting form. To provide a default value for your form, you can use this function. It's public static function default storage settings. This might be a little confusing, but when you see the output, you can understand it in better way. So you have to mention some name for it. So I'm giving length here. So length I'm going to keep to 55. And here you have to add the parent default settings too. So what this parent default settings will do means when you add any field, you have a coordinated field, right? How many items you want to create? Do you want to one, two, or unlimited? So when you add this, you can add those also in the default storage. So whenever you extending some feature, it's always better to add parent class, parent function if it is needed. Okay. And next it's again inherit doc. So we are going to create a storage setting form now. Public function storage settings form. So settings form, settings. So this will be having a array of ampersand dollar form, and next argument is form state. So whenever you create a form in Drupal, there will be a class called form state. So I'm copy pasting the form state here. Dollar form state, and next is dollar has data. And that's it. Next you have to create any variable element. I'm going to mention element open close, and what element it is. So dollar element of what it will have a length. So length and type for it. So it's not okay. So it's hash of type. It's text field. No, it's number field, right? Number. And title. We have to mention the title for it. So I'm going to use T function, and T of number, length of your text. Okay. So length of your text. And next you have to mention if it is required or not. You can give required true, and you have to mention the default value. Default value you have to get it from a variable called dollar. This stands to get setting of the length value here. And next you have to mention description. If you want, you can keep here. So I think this is enough. And next I'm going to return the element, return dollar element. And that's it. So now we successfully created this. So we have to use this in the above function, schema function, so that it will be creating the length based on the configuration. So here you have to mention not this, the argument field definition, whatever you are having in the argument. So next we created a storage setting form, and we have one more function called field setting form. So what is field setting form is that whenever you create any taxonomy term or any other reference field, like boolean field, it will have on and off label field. Or when you create a taxonomy term in field settings, you will be having a field to select which vocabulary you want to do this entity reference. Or when you create a node, you will be selecting a node type, content type, and also you will be having a feature to get the value from a view entity reference display. So all those settings are coming from a function called the field settings form. Okay, so whenever some changes are going to happen on the node add or edit page, so those will be included in the field settings form. So whatever the changes is going to happen in the database, those will be added in the storage settings form. Okay, so length is going to make a change in your database, so that's why we created this form in the storage settings form. Okay, next field is to default field storage form. So that is also inherit, you can copy paste, and it's public static function default field settings. So since it's a text field, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to create a new field which is going to be a help text for my text field. So more info, default value, you can give anything, more info default value. Okay, and as like I already said, you have to mention plus of parent. So when you add parent here, this will add the required or help text field, or whatever the field you are having in the settings, those will be added by using this function. Okay, default field settings, open close, and that's it. And next function is field settings form. So we have to create that next. Okay, next is public function is field settings form. So you have to pass the argument array dollar form, comma, form state interface. You have to copy paste and open close. So now we created this function. You have to define any element, and next dollar element. If element is what? Element is for more info. So more info, and the type will be text field, and title for it, more information about this field. And next, you can make it required, or you can make it false too. And next, if you want to give description, you can give. And the default value you have to mention here. Default value is dollar distance to get setting of more info. Okay, return dollar element. And the last function, it's a property definition. So we have to define it in a Drupal, what type of field it is, and what is the label for it. So public static function property definition. So this will include a field storage interface, dollar field definition. In this, what you have to do, you have to mention a properties of the value. So current properties belongs to which type. So here you have to create a data definition. So copy the data definition and paste it at the top, and copy the class, paste it at the bottom, and colon, it's a create function. So what type of field it is? It's a string field, and you have to mention some label for it. So set label. You can call t function if you want. So I'm just giving us name, okay? And return properties. Return dollar properties. Okay. So successfully we created all the function inside the field type field. So I didn't enable this module. Go to your website and extend. So here you have to enable that module, custom field. Okay. Custom field type. I'm going to enable this module now. Install. It's throwing error. Reports reason log. Okay. Let's open git bash and clear the cache. cd/c ram ww. It's a split stage and rush pmu custom field type. Enter. There is an issue with text on annotation. So what is the issue here? Okay, here we didn't close it, right? Okay. So let's go here and refresh now. Okay, I think the module is enabled now. Let's go and see. Okay, the module is enabled. So go to your structure content type, article manage fields. And let me open the database this side so that we can see the field how it is creating in the backend. PHP myadmin. So here login, split stage. Okay, let's go here and click on add field. So it's saying that one abstract class is required. It's a property field type definition. We need to add s here. Okay, let's go there and refresh again. Okay, so now we successfully loaded the page. So let's click on add field, and so you can check in the under text category you can see custom text field, right? Add it and custom field. Okay. So this is the name the DB table will be. So save and continue. So here you can see the length of your text which we added there, and the default value 255 is also added, which you mentioned here, 255. I'm going to change this to 200. Okay, and save and field settings. So now we successfully created, and next here you can see the more information about this field. So that is a default storage setting. So default value is populated from here. More information about default value. Okay, and you can give extra xxx something. And I'm going to save this field. So once you saved, when you go and refresh your database, when you search for that field, you can see this is the field, right? Click on browse structure. So this is the field which you created. So you can see the length is 200 as we mentioned. Okay, so we didn't mention anything for null or other attributes. So the table is created, the column with 200 length as we mentioned in this, and the type is varchar and length whatever you mentioned, the data table created, and default storage also is done, and storage settings also you understood I think, and field settings also we gave the value, and property definition, it's a definition for your property. Okay, and that's it, we successfully created our field type in your website. So it's field custom field. Okay, so that's it about today's session. And in upcoming videos, I will be posting a video about how to create a field widget and how to create a field formatter, everything. So we created the field, but you cannot see the field in a node add page because it will not have any formatter. When you see here, see this I created before. So this is what we created. So you can see it doesn't have any form widget here. So since it doesn't have anything, you cannot see the field in the article addition page. Okay, so in next videos we will be seeing about how to create the field widget and how to configure it, and after that we will be seeing about how to add a field formatter for your field. Okay, so here also you can see it doesn't have anything, right? So let's see everything in upcoming session, and that's it about today's video. If you like the video, please share, like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.